Welcome to Design Diary, the podcast where you get to look inside my board game design notebook as well as what's going on inside my head. We look at a new word each day from the sense of mechanics, tone, theme, or inspiration for a full game. Today's word is
Defenestration, or defenestration. It is a throwing of a person or thing out of a window, a usually swift dismissal or expulsion as from a political party or office. So the first thing I said was, why would you throw someone through a window? And I kind of went with that. I didn't go with the dismissal of a political party or office, but it's a really interesting approach. Just that removal is really neat. And so I said, why would you throw someone through a window? The only answer I could think of is just simply that what's inside or outside, depending on what side of the window you're on, what's on that side is better than the side that you're in. So I'm at a window. You're at a window. Something bad is going on in here, a monster, for example, and I'm going to throw you out of the window. Try to think of why I would do that. Well, obviously, it's unsafe in here. You could do it through anger and things like that, but that's less fun to play in a game. But I thought about it like a gamer mechanic that's... I feel like it's so specific. I have to throw you out of window because of this. But I wanted to... I thought it could possibly go along the lines like this. You're at a house, it catches on fire, and you must break through the window. But you can only grab so many things. Like I picture something along those lines. The things you grab can form sets or give rewards when you land, but time is tight and some may not make the fall. They may not survive the fall. So I thought that was fine, but I don't think it's must play. And the goal of this podcast and this diary is not to make something that's always must play. It's just simply to make something. But I think challenging myself is part of the goal. So I was thinking of it in terms of trying to go a little deeper in terms of choices. If it's bad inside and it's good outside, is there a choice? There isn't. You have to leave. So there's no choice. But do I throw myself out the window or find an alternate way out? And there's a choice. And there's a little bit of, do I throw myself out the window now or do I wait till later? So there's a fire consuming this room, and my choice is in timing and my direction. So I think that's good. I think that's something. I also wrote that I think throwing yourself out the window is choosing to end your run in a game before the game decides to end it. So abstracting it out a bit, and let's just say it's not a game about a room with a window, but let's just say it's a game where you have the choice of when to quit. And if you quit too late, you could lose everything. So it's essentially a press your luck, but over the long term. I just decide at any point and say I'm done. And I'm going to take what I have. I'm going to jump. And I'm going to take the consequences. But I could choose not to do this, and I could choose to take, some sort of alternate path where you work your way to the end, but it's not a guaranteed end. At any point, you could get sucked up in there or whatever. It could be much worse, but the worst is unknown. So jumping through the window is just simply saying, I'm going to end it and take what I get. Taking the other path is potentially trying to get more on your way out and potentially trying to survive the fall. So I don't know if it's not ending it, or it's just not losing anything, or it's just the mystery of what's there. Or there's something else that you want that you don't have and you want to prolong it. So I said, let's say it's a game of detective work and a deadly mobster is tormenting the city, and you found your way into his 7th floor apartment. You found clues to connect him to all the crime, but you don't have enough. You know you have some, but it's not enough to pin him to the crimes. And your assistant calls from the 1st floor saying he's back. It's time to wrap it up. So that's our setup. You can try to get the last clues and then jump out the window before he gets there. So what that means is you're going to push it till the very end and get the last clues. Or you could start heading out immediately the side door where you're not finished, but you take what you have. But it's a safe way out. And the difference between the two of them is, one, you're going to get more, but it's dangerous with the jump. The other one is safe. But then there's a third where you keep gathering clues in a direction that you hope he doesn't travel. And that's the one that's the unknown if you will ever escape at all. So in one, you can push your luck and try for a big win. The second one is you can try for an average win, where you just take the safe bet, but you don't have anything extra. And then the third is that you're trying for a big win, but it's risky. And I guess and this is where I get stuck on, is jumping out the window is just as risky as getting caught, but maybe it's not. And that's the whole thing, is you jump out the window or you get thrown out the window because it's the safer bet of the two. So if you want to go with the safe bet, you jump out the window. If you choose the window, the game ends. You may be safe, but you won't be 100% unharmed. If you don't choose the window, the game continues, and your fate is to be determined. That's as far as I got. It's kind of just a very specific thing, but it's a very specific term. And there's probably plenty to go on the political side or the office side. But that's what I got. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires something for you to come up with something better. And we will see you again tomorrow with our first Friday with a special guest on a Friday. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you then.